Behind me is the most visited place in Indonesia. That's right. And I probably will mispronounce, it is the Borobudur Temple. Pretty amazing. It's the largest Buddhist monument in the entire world. And guess what? It gets more than 1 million visitors annually. But we were so lucky. It was really peaceful, very calm, not crowded at all. Let me show you. It's the largest Buddhist monument on the planet. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's packed with some secrets. We'll try to uncover how was it built without cement or mortar, and why was it abandoned for centuries. So stick around for some expert travel tips, a little history, and a few local legends. Borobudur was built in the 8th and 9th centuries by the Shah dynasty. It's around the same time that Charlemagne was ruling Europe. It took 80 years and over 2 million volcanic stone blocks to complete. And these had to be hauled from a nearby riverbed, and they were stacked without a drop of cement. Instead, the builders used interlocking stones and dovetails, kind of like ancient giant stone Legos. And by the 14th century, Borobudur, it was abandoned. Why? Well, we think maybe due to the rise of Islam in Java and a few volcanic eruptions from Mount Merapi. That volcano right over there is Mount Merapi, and it buried Borobudur under ash for centuries. The temple wasn't rediscovered until about early 1800s by Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles, who was the British governor of Java. You might know him better for founding modern Singapore, or maybe for the fancy hotel in Singapore named after him. Now, Borobudur is designed as a massive, three-dimensional mandala. It's a symbolic map to enlightenment. There's 5 main levels, and the pilgrims traditionally walk clockwise around each one, covering about 3 miles total. But we're not walking the whole circuit today. We will be taking the steps up to the top. As you can see, there's Buddha statues everywhere, in fact 504, and each one was carved from a single volcanic stone block, and some of them weigh more than 440 pounds. And look at these wall carvings. There are 2,670 panels. Now, many of them tell the story of Buddha's life, and others show daily life from the 8th century Java. It gives historians a peek into the past. Well, finally, I made it. These bell-shaped stupas are the temple's most iconic feature. Inside some, you'll find hidden Buddha statues, like this one. And, according to local legend, if you reach inside and touch the Buddha while making a wish, it'll come true. So, I tried it. But I'm still waiting on my 1 million subscribers. In fact, just my first 1,000. But I guess, hey, these things, it takes time. And there's another local legend. Some believe that Borobudur was built by giants or even divine beings, because moving over 2 million stones without modern tools seems pretty impossible. And after climbing all those steps, honestly, I'm starting to think they might have had a point. And there's one more. In Javanese folklore, Borobudur is seen as a cosmic mountain, a sacred bridge between the earthy world and the spiritual realm. Every tier you climb represents a step closer to enlightenment, both physically and spiritually. By the 1960s, though, Borobudur was crumbling. UNESCO and the Indonesian government launched a massive rescue project, and they dismantled over 800,000 stones. And they had a number of them. And then they had to rebuild the temple piece by piece after they added a modern drainage system to protect against erosion. If you're planning your own visit, listen up. This could save you time, money, and frustration. First, it is about a 2+ hour drive each way from the cruise port. And it really depends on traffic. Now, we booked a private tour through Tours by Locals and loved it. But remember, If you don't go through the cruise line, there's always a risk of missing the ship. Now, we had plenty of time, but that's something to factor in. And there are 3 ticket types. The ground ticket, you can just walk the grounds, but you can't actually access the temple. And then there's the structure ticket, and that allows you to climb the temple. But there are limited slots per day. Only 1,200 visitors are allowed to climb each day, and it's divided into 8 time slots of 150 people. And then there's the VIP experience, which we did, which was timed entry, special entrance, bamboo slippers, a private guide, and snacks. Basically, the first class upgrade. But book your tickets in advance. They do sell out. And before climbing, you'll need to swap your shoes for bamboo slippers. These are mandatory to protect the temple's stone structure and prevent damage from the wear and tear. I found them surprisingly comfy. My husband, not so much. This temple was definitely worth the trip and the cost. I mean, it is just jaw-dropping. So I have to ask, is it on your bucket list? Comment below. And remember, adventure awaits. And soon, we'll have some videos of Vietnam and Thailand. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I have a lot more travel insider tips coming up. And always remember, adventure awaits.